All right, so this is like step by step on how to approach your charts. So today what I was like looking for is these highs. I know it's like long-term liquidity that I'm interested in, which means I'm only gonna be trading that direction. I'm only gonna be trading in that direction right here. So no shorts, just longs. We'll look over here. Looking at ES and NQ. Looking at ES and YM. As you can see, we took the high there. Right here, we took the high. And right here, we're failing. It just shows you that the market is already above this high. As you can see here. So it's already telling you this high is going to go. And I'm looking for it to extend into that high more long term. But here is where I'm looking for every day. If we can bar replay this. So with that in mind, looking at this candle, we should already have expectations that the next day should be going up higher. So everything beneath the opening price is at a discount. It hasn't closed yet. I want this thing to close bullish. But we'll drop down in here and show you how we handled our live today in the stream. So this is the 15-minute. Like I said, long term, I'm looking higher. So I'm only going to be trading longs. I'm not going to look for a short, like a pullback. I'm only going to be trading in the true trend, and that's going to eliminate so many of your losses, bro. I'm telling you. But coming today, I wasn't sure if it was going to take out this low or this high. Things in a lower time frame is what helped me understand what side it's going for, and I'm going to get into that. I teach more of it in the Patreon down below, but I'll show you more tools you can use today to get to these draws. So I looked at the other ones. I'm seeing that we took the low here. And we took the low here. So the market already took these lows. And it's not taking it here. I'm believing it's SMT because the only reason I'm believing it's SMT is because of the fact that we're not above this high. And my draw is up higher. Long term. So I'm trusting that the lows is SMT because I'm long term. And it's like, oh, how do you know if it's SMT at the right time? Like, it's just you have to have a narrative, and then your SMTs to your narrative are going to be supported or not supported. And in this case, it's supported. So 15-minute, midnight to 7. This is liquidity. That's liquidity. Like I said in my private. Liquidity. So anything before 7, I just look at as something to take. And there's sell side here and there's buy side up here, and you don't know which one it wants to go for yet. I'll tell you how you know. Drop down to the 5. Prior to 9:30, let's take it back here. At this moment before 9:30, you should be thinking, well, yeah, I can dig down and take sell side and then go higher for 9:30. That's okay. That's cool. But what's going to invalidate that? Like, when do you turn the other way and get with the trend? You know what I mean? And I'm going to explain to some of it now. So I like this high. And I'm just waiting. At this point, you don't really know which side it's going for. You can have an idea, but you just don't know. Drop down to your 1. Hit your regular trading hours. And this is what gave it up for me. It's like, box out the gap at 9:30 is open. I'm gonna make mine's. I'm just gonna keep it blue. Find 50% of that if you have a gap. And what I did was I blended the gap with my true direction that I was looking for. So as soon as I seen a gap lower, I knew it had to fill at least to 50%. So that's what this box came from, is the 50. And then I got rid of this. And then I put a yellow line here. This is gap close. And then you go back to electronic trading hours. So post 9:30. But as 9:30 hit, I had this marked out in the Discord when we were live streaming. It was gray. As soon as it tapped into it and rejected like that, I made it blue because it's bullish. Price did shift to the upside. Order block hit. That wasn't an entry. It does put in a fair value gap right there. And this is the one I marked out. So price dips into that and runs higher into 50%, taking out buy side. So if you remember what this line is here, that is the gap close. So we can at least fully close the gap, maybe. Price just does this, runs up, and then right around here, it's building liquidity. Still looking for a gap closure because it's just leaving a pool underneath a gap. So that gives me at least narrative going into the PM session today. If price wanted to take out the previous day low and the previous day high. So I went down to the 15. I didn't really have much expectations at the time. I did notice there was a pool here that John was talking about. Yeah, and then this one, and I didn't really know which one it wanted to go for, but I just kept this in mind. I did notice it did dip beneath this. I didn't think that this was much of a big deal, but it took liquidity. So I was thinking purge and then revert up here maybe, but I was looking for these lows. And I didn't know until 9:30 happened. So I dropped down to my 1 minute. I waited for 9:30. I was looking for SMT at the time. What really helped me was the fact that I went to my regular trading hours and I noticed this huge gap exactly at 9:30. So I was aiming for 50% of the gap because that had to be filled. Price gave us this fair value gap here that I did this was all live. It gave us this and these highs up here that I was like, So it hit the fair value gap left, order block, and then it gave this fair value gap that I marked out, and then it ran up and then ran up. So I'm looking for it to completely fill the gap up at this blue line, at least, still. And you get the full gap closure, taking out the liquidity I was looking for.